Good afternoon, everyone. Today's Friday, April 16th. Hope you had a great week. And if you're watching this, thank you for taking the time out of your day. Hope you find something useful. This is just for educational purposes only and not financial advice. First thing I want to cover is Doge. Doge, Doge, Doge. So, talk of the town right now. Um, we'll start off with a tweet from Rec Capital on Twitter about how Dogecoin normally precedes altcoin cycles. And you can see this tweet is from December 2020. So every time Doge visited the green area, which is down here, in the 23 Satoshi to 19 Satoshi range, which is the lowest domination of a Bitcoin can be divided into Satoshis. It has rallied crazy. So when Doge was in here, around 19 sats, 19 Satoshis, it always rallied. So like 104, 130. You can see that's what it did back in 2017 and 2018. So this was back in December, and Dogecoin cycles tend to precede or confirm entire altcoin seasons, so altcoin cycles. And if we want to look at Doge now, I'm going to try something new this time. I'm going to turn off all my drawings, and then we'll just look at it based purely on price action. So back in December, price of Doge, let's look at the BTC pair. So we're comparing the same charts. Back in December, Doge, you can see, look at where we're at now. This is just a blip on the radar back in December, and you had all this time from summer 2019 up to December 2020 to accumulate Doge. But when it's down like this is actually the point of maximum opportunity. This is something I didn't realize till later on. Because if you logically think about it, you see how long it's been down in this range. How much realistically lower can it go? So on TradingView, you can use this tool called price range, and then drop your arrow down to show percentage gain or percentage loss. And now here's pulling up my charts. You can see we broke out of that, and looks like we ran about 800% from January 2021 to like the next week. Comparing it now, looks like we ran let's see, since we broke above this previous resistance right here, around 200 sats, we ran about 274%. So if you want to try to extrapolate it to possibly mirror this 854, you could try to think that this can still go like 4 times higher. But logically, seeing how much this has ran already, and look at the USD chart, similar as well. It has ran crazy. It can run, but there's a lot more risk buying here. This is probably the point of maximum risk for entry compared to when it was down here. So not financial advice. I'm not saying to don't buy or to sell all your Doge, whatnot, but it would be prudent to maybe take some profit, partial profits, pick up your house money, whatever, because you don't know when the fund's going to end with this. It could drop very fast. Alright, so since Doge normally precedes altcoin seasons, I kind of want to highlight the thesis of where we are in crypto. And if you're watching this right now, you're still early. I know it seems like it's kind of late, but there's a reason you're watching this. The universe wants you to watch this and wants you to take that step into this journey of crypto. But this is a great video I was watching earlier from Rec Capital. So let's go and watch this.
This position where we've seen such a fantastic first altcoin wave, and it's still only just the beginning, with greater waves still yet ahead. It's very difficult to wrap our heads around it and to just understand that we're still so early in the cycle and there's still so much more yet to come. It's pretty amazing, but at the same time, I just want to showcase to you guys where we are in this cycle at the moment and why this will be life-changing over the coming weeks and months, because there's a lot of money flow that's going to be taking place into different assets at different times. And I'm just going to illustrate to you how this cycle going forward could play out. So we're going to focus on quarter two because this is currently where I believe we are approximately at in this current cycle. And it's an analogous situation to 2017. And this is something I delve deeper into the Rex Capital newsletter, so I can't give too much away. But in this episode, I'm going to focus on how we are at this point in the cycle, very early quarter two, and we are in early quarter two right now. And we're going to talk about Bitcoin's price development going forward. So there's still much more upside yet to come, but I just want to lay the roadmap for you, what to expect going forward. So in any case, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already for more videos like this in the future. Let's dive into the video update right now, because in quarter two, we've had a fantastic quarter two for Bitcoin in 2017. Quarter two is one of the best times to be in crypto for both Bitcoin and altcoins. And let's just zoom into the quarter two price chart here for Bitcoin. You can see that we have a lot of consolidation phase, breakout, consolidation for 2 weeks, breakout, consolidation for many different weeks, actually, for back-to-back, a series of back-to-back weeks, declining, consolidation. So you can actually see that there is gradual upticking, but loads of periods of accumulation. And I'm sure that in 2017, many people were screaming for a bear market during this time, or during this time, or during this time, or even during this consolidation period where people were probably screaming at the time that we're actually peaking and the best days for Bitcoin are over. And the people who actually thought that in this consolidation period probably had confirmation, or they thought they had confirmation, yes, that was the peak and we're in a new bear market. But we just have to bear in mind that there is a lot of periods for Bitcoin uptrends, but loads of periods for Bitcoin consolidation. And these periods of consolidation are effectively periods of reaccumulation before further upside and then consolidation, right? You can see this.
So like we talked about in previous videos, Bitcoin is hanging around like a resistance area or higher price in the chart. Nothing changed in the bullish narrative or the trend of Bitcoin. It's still hanging out near the tops. We're on the weekly chart right here. Nothing changed in the macro structure for us to be worried at all. And you can see, looks like ascending triangle right here. You can put a resistance line around 60K. This trend line right here, and it's hanging out around the 9-day EMA as well on the weekly. Change it to the daily. Let's turn on our charts. You can see broke out, boom, boom, still having a bullish retest of the previous resistance. So nothing changed in Bitcoin. Everything looks good. And like we talked about with Doge earlier, I want to highlight this once again, how early we are in this altcoin cycle and why it's prudent to take some action now with what you can. So the altcoin market rallied at the start of 2017 by 27,000%. Right now, at the start of around sometime 2021, look, it's happening. It's the same thing all over again. And we're just starting now. This tweet was back in April 15th, and it rallied already 94% from the previous high. And of course, it has just continued upward. And on charts.cointrader Pro, you can even see here, this is the previous top, similar to back in January 2018 when we reached that and we had a bullish retest of that level and we kept going up. But let's see where we were in April 2017. So it looks like right here we are around, I don't know, about 2 trillion or something, whatnot. But then you can see it went to 10, 16 right here. And then the peak was about 55. So we went from like 2 to 55. So it was like about 25 times from the bottom to the peak. And here we're at like 5.5, and now we're about, let's say, about 11. So we've only doubled from where we were from the previous high. So another reason to explain why we're still early in this cycle. And like he also talked about with the crypto money flow cycle, when Bitcoin consolidates, money flows into the large caps and the mid caps. And what is happening right now? What are the top gainers of the day? Dogecoin, which is a large cap. A large cap is, want to highlight again, is any coin with a market cap above 10 trillion. So starting at Tron and up, these are all large caps. 10 trillion down to 1 trillion is considered a mid cap. So you can see 6 trillion. And then if we scroll all the way down to the whole top 100, all of these are considered mid caps. And below 1 trillion is a low cap. So right now, money is cycling from Bitcoin, since it's consolidating, it's not really moving right now, into large caps and mid caps, and you want to be positioned in these and take advantage of these gains while you can. And with the Coinbase listing that dropped this week, one of my thought processes is to look at Coinbase plays, because it will have a lot of liquidity due to retail players entering the space and wanting to use Coinbase because this is what they're familiar with. And similar to the gold rush, how they compare crypto to gold and crypto or Bitcoin being digital gold, Brian Armstrong, who is the CEO of Coinbase, kind of touches on this for why investing in Coinbase. Of course, he wants to present his company in the best way possible. And he explains it as they're the picks and shovels of this crypto gold rush.
Always asked me, well, should I invest in Coinbase or should I just buy the underlying asset? And I would always tell them, well, first of all, why not do both? Both are great ideas. But I can make the case for why people might want to invest in Coinbase too, which is that we're kind of not only are we're not tied to one particular crypto asset. We're adding support for over 100 crypto assets now, and there'll be more and more in the future. And we're also kind of what you might call an indexed bet or a levered bet on the crypto space more broadly, because we're selling picks and shovels. We're helping people access and use this new technology. So I think we're going to grow along with the crypto space, but if we keep growing share, then we'll sort of be an addition of that on top of just the price of crypto, hopefully.
So there's Brian Armstrong. And also wanted to highlight, as we spoke about in previous videos, the importance of Bitcoin dominance. Here's another crypto account, Crypto Bull, saying when Bitcoin dominance is 51% right now, but when it breaks 50, the magic for altcoins is truly going to begin. And even on CoinGecko, if you scroll to the very top, you can see the dominance of Bitcoin. They have it up here too. So right now we're at 49.8%. So looks like it's breaking down, and we're starting this historic altcoin season right now. We're starting this right now. I can't emphasize this enough. I don't know why on this website, Charts.CoinTrader Pro, it's not exact to where the CoinGecko one was, but look at this right here. This is the last line of support in this area, around 49.5 to like 50, 51. But normally support or resistance is not normally just one single line. Consider it an area. So I'll draw this rectangle box right here. And if it's holding right here, Bitcoin dominance can bounce up and take more of the crypto total market cap, and money might flow from altcoins into Bitcoin. But if this continues breaking down, either one of two things: money is flowing out of Bitcoin, which would mean the price is dropping, or new money is just flowing into altcoins, which is more so likely what's happening right now. And if this breaks down here and we retest to these December 2017 lows, which is when the alts really had their day, that's when we'll see the parabolic altcoin run. And let's compare it to Altcoin Dominance. It's literally the polar opposite. You can see it's still running. And this trend line I have here on the RSI has been drawn since May 2017. But if you zoom in closely, this is literally the first time that we broke above this trend line since 2017. So in 4 years, we're in historic times right now. Historic times in the world with the pandemic, the unlimited fiscal policy from the government, from the Federal Reserve, disbelief in the government, or even the manipulation of the stock market, and the bullishness of the institutions for crypto with Elon Musk, Ray Dalio, Stan Druckenmiller, Kathy Woods. Just more and more, and all the banks are getting into crypto, PayPal. So this cycle is completely different than it was in 2017. Crypto as an asset class is being seen more as legitimate and a possible viable option for big money. And today I also wanted to highlight a few coins. First, I'll highlight two coins that are on Coinbase and two coins that are a little bit more under the radar. So the first one is Filecoin. If you saw some of my posts about it, I haven't bought any yet actually, but I want to highlight this coin because the chart looked good. One, always assessing first and foremost technical analysis, and then some news regarding this company. So this coin, Filecoin, ticker is FIL, is actually on Coinbase. And you can tell that by going on CoinGecko or Coin Marketcap and seeing what exchanges they're on. As we spoke earlier, large caps are coins with a market cap above 12 or $10 billion, and Filecoin fits that. But the only worrisome thing for me, I hadn't looked that in depth into this coin, is the supply. So ideally, I would want the circulating supply here to be at least 50% of the total supply. But if it doesn't meet that, and I still see some bullish narratives or bullish news or catalysts for that specific coin, I would still enter it, but I would feel less comfortable holding a large portion of my portfolio in it for a long period of time. So the news regarding Filecoin, well, let's go into the chart first. So let's turn off any drawings and we'll just mainly look at price action first. So Filecoin, back in 2020, it was just chilling down here from 40 to about 20 bucks. So there's some accumulation area down here. And then it shot up just here on the week of February 8, 2021. And looks like this was the resistance and it broke above it. And it's continued up since. And you can see it used a 9-day EMA as support basically, and this acted as a trend line going up. Let's go to the daily. Boom, similar price action as a weekly, and literally holding the 20-day EMA as well. Here it touched it, bounced up. Low volume on the downtrend, slight downtrend, but since it's hanging out near the highs like we talked about earlier, this is just a bullish reaccumulation zone for Filecoin. And you can see the strong volume today here. And this is kind of why I said last night that I wanted to buy it, but it was up here like around 190s, but it didn't hold. So ideally, let me turn my drawings on. I want it to break above 190 and hold, either go up. Let me see, where's that? Either go up and retest or just shoot up from here. The chart looks good, but it shot up in the beginning of February, right? So I think it was possibly due to this. So the 9 signed a 10 million USD dollar agreement on the purchase of Filecoin mining machines. And what is the 9? It's an established internet company I'm used to, and they use these mining vendors to mine Filecoin. And the 9 is an internet company based in China. So China, China, China with Filecoin. So this is the bullish narrative I was seeing with Filecoin. Here's Newsweek, another reputable source, explaining what Filecoin is. So right here. So Filecoin right now is actually still 180, right? When this article came out, Filecoin was around 214. Shot up 42% in a day. And then more than 150% in the past week. And Grayscale actually added Filecoin to their investment trust, which is the largest trust in the crypto asset space. And they've seen support from China, like we talked about with the mining machines. And what Filecoin is actually trying to do is a cloud-based storage system that's operated by its users rather than a central owner. So the network aims to compete with existing cloud storage systems such as Dropbox or Google. And what I think China is actually doing here, which is actually pretty smart, is they're recognizing that the next possible quote unquote war with the US may not be like an actual war with militaries, but a war on data. Because data is the new gold in the society that we live in today. And data is tracked in everything we do, right? I'm using the internet right now, it's tracking me. I'm using my phone, wherever, any social media, watching YouTube, it's all tracking our data, Alexa, whatever, to put all our information into a cloud and then sell us products and whatnot. But China is trying to take this next step and be ahead of the US in this technology cloud game. And the main news that blew my mind was this. So tech consortium to spend 1.3 billion to build Filecoin mining facility in China. This news came out just a few days ago, yesterday. So blockchain infrastructure provided in China is funneling 1.3 billion to build the largest Filecoin mining facility in the country. So in the city, Jiangxi province, and then it's by this distributed service provider, IPFS, and you can see who is in this company. Microsoft, Alibaba, SAP, AMD, Huawei, and they have the large scale server, has been in the cloud storage and internet infrastructure for years. So this is why I'm bullish on Filecoin. So that's just one of the first play of my 4 that I'm looking at, and I want this to happen on the charts for entries, or you can even just enter now, whatever, if you see it as a good long-term play. All right, second coin I wanted to highlight is actually Tezos. Oh, so actually I wanted to highlight this too. So these tags on CoinGecko shows what sector or what that coin is used for. So infrastructure, storage, cloud for Filecoin, right? Tezos is a smart contract platform. So this is its own blockchain, similar to, let's see, Ethereum. Look at Ethereum's tag. Boom, smart contract platform. You go to Binance. Binance basically it's an exchange and it has its own platform as well. Sorry, that was a bad example, but okay, let's compare it to Cardano or Polkadot. Smart contract platform. So these coins can be comparable to each other based on their functionality. So that's how you lump different coins together. So either if it's a DeFi coin or an NFT coin, a cloud storage coin, a currency coin such as Litecoin or Ripple, those can be compared to each other. So first thing, a little bit worrisome, I don't know. I didn't look too in depth. I don't know the the max supply of this, but there is 766 million Tezos out in the market, and the market cap is about 5.6 billion, so it's a mid cap coin. And let's look at the charts first and foremost. XTZ. So first off, we'll start off on the weekly chart. It's like possible bottom here somewhat, a double bottom. Draw like a resistance line right here, or even here. Broke past it, and now it's in price discovery right now. Zoom into the daily, perfectly riding the EMAs, even more bullish because it's the 9-day EMA, this red line, orange line right here, and it's continued upwards. Now let's put the drawings on. Boom. You can see the resistance and support lines I've drawn. Looks like we could add a resistance line right here. Bullish continuation up, confirmed with volume right here. Alright, so there's Tezos, and here's the news that I wanted to highlight with Tezos. Societe Generale issues the first structured product on public blockchain. This news came out yesterday as well. On April 15th, they issued the first structured product as a security token on the Tezos public blockchain. So this company issued a security token, and what is a security, you may ask? Security. It's a negotiable financial instrument that represents something of financial value, such as a stock, a bond, or an option. So they launch basically a stock on the Tezos platform. Pretty bullish news. And also, what is Societe Generale? It's a financial services company based in France, and their revenue was 24.5 or 24 billion euros. And you can buy it on the over-the-counter stock market. So pretty big news for Tezos. And this chart looks good. Honestly, you can just go buy. Not financial advice, of course. And let's look at the Bitcoin chart to see whether it's more profitable being Bitcoin or Tezos. Looks like a double bottom formed here. Boom, flip this resistance somewhat into support now. And looks like we have a potential price move to flip your Bitcoin 145 or even 200% on that. Yeah, Tezos looks great. And I wanted to highlight the next coin, Energy Web token. This gem to me was shown by Chico Crypto. Great follow on YouTube, go ahead and watch him. Let's look at the price. So right now, the rank is not even in the top 100. It's number 126. Market cap of less than a billion, only at 700 million. The token supply looks great to me. Total of 62 mil about, but more than half is already out. And look at the past 30 days. It's been up 17%. The past year, up 2,000 something percent, something crazy. But what is Energy Web token? So just like how Tesla focuses on different services in the energy sector with EV, solar, Energy Web token is trying to decentralize energy through the blockchain. And this is just on their website. You can find their website from CoinGecko. And it's available on these exchanges, Kraken, a US exchange, KuCoin, an Asian exchange. I like to use KuCoin. I've used Kraken as well, but KuCoin has a lot wider selection. And here. See, if you go on the websites for these different coins, they might explain more about their tokenomics and their breakdown of when they'll be releasing tokens. So the total amount would be 100 million, but that's over the span of 10 years. And right now, here on CoinGecko said there's 62 mil out, so that's a little higher than what is listed on their website. You can see how it's distributed to the team, the founders, and the community fund. And you can see this is their team. I don't recognize any of these names, but you could probably click on each of these and find more info about them. But wow, it's a pretty big team for Energy Web. And then what do they do? So it's a global nonprofit organization for accelerating low carbon customer centric electricity by using open source decentralized technology. So trying to decentralize energy basically. And they want to build the infrastructure and speed commercial adoption and build a community around it. So it's like a pretty good summary of what they do. And here are the founders. So remember this person later, Anna Tropovich. We'll discuss her for my last coin. So what put this coin on my radar was this. Google backs Energy Web for low carbon electricity products across Europe. So look at this news. This was from April 13th. They received a euro 1 million grant from Google.org's Impact Challenge program. All right, so it's Google. Crazy, right? And then if you Google what Google.org Impact Challenge right here, they committed 10 million euros to fund these energy projects. So website looks legit. It's freaking Google, man. And look at the organizations that they funded. So each of these organizations either received 500,000 euros to 2 million euros. Energy Web received a million. Where are they? Boom, right here. Energy Web, funded by Google. And then I want to highlight this as well. So the Crypto Climate Accord will shift cryptocurrency industry to 100% renewable energy by 2030. This is their goal. So a lot of people discuss about Bitcoin as being destroying the environment, using too much electricity and resources. But people have realized that as being an issue, which is a viable issue, a real issue for cryptos and the whole ecosystem and environment. But there have been companies working on solving this problem. So Energy Web Token headed this new group called the Crypto Climate Accord. And this article is from April 8th, 2021. So all these articles are brand new. And this group is a private sector initiative to make the cryptocurrency industry's energy consumption totally renewable by 2030. And it's a partnership of Energy Web and the Alliance for Innovative Regulation. And I wanted to highlight a few of these companies as well. So CoinShares, Consensus, Web3, Ripple, and look at this, the United Nations. So we got Google supporting them. We have the United Nations. We got Consensus, and we have Ripple, all big names that we know. So I looked up, this is how I do my due diligence as well. I look up these companies. Like, this does not take long at all. You can just put these pieces together, but you just have to sit in there and do a little bit of homework. So here's a Crypto Climate Accord that they were starting. So of course they want to make cryptocurrency totally energy renewable. Here, Energy Web and Alliance for Innovative Regulation. And you can see the supporters. There's 20 companies here that are supporting this initiative. There's Hut 8, Web3, and Consensus, and the UN Climate Change Conference. So there's a UN again. And we talked about Ripple. Look at this article. So Energy Web is starting with Ripple to make crypto green. This article is back in September 2020. Let's look at the price back then. Chart, come on. You can click max. Zoom in to September 2020. Price was about 11 bucks. What's price now? 20 bucks. Did this run that much? Not really. So we're still early on this coin. Look at the market cap. Less than 1 billion. What is Dogecoin at? freaking 49 billion. So we have like we can you can see the use cases for energy web token and how there's discrepancy with coins with actual uses and certain ones that are just run by narratives in the market. But nothing bad about that. This cryptocurrency is just a crazy space. And one of the supporters was Hut 8. I want to highlight Hut 8 because here Hut 8 is a mining company. They raised 400 million in the Toronto Stock Exchange. This is on April 8th. All this news is really recent. So this is further fueling the narrative for the legitimacy of energy web token. And this was the other company that was here that they mentioned, the Alliance for Innovative Regulation, also known as AIR, global nonprofit that wants a fair financial system and promote gender equality, racial equality, and green finance. All good, great causes. They've been featured in the Wall Street Journal, Forbes, CBS, and this is so crazy, just has me bullish. And the other company that was mentioned here was Web3. Web3. And the Web3 Foundation here is based on Kusama and Polkadot. These are two other super bullish coins. Polkadot has its own ecosystem, like Ethereum has its own ecosystem, and that's another big narrative for the space this year. So DeFi, Binance plays, Polkadot plays, and NFTs, gaming. Those are all probably some of the biggest narratives in the cryptocurrency space for this year. So here's Polkadot. We can discuss that another time. I also want to talk about Consensus. So Consensus is one of the biggest companies in the crypto space. Consensus is a blockchain software technology founded by Joseph Lubin. All right, so if you don't know who Joseph Lubin is, Joseph Lubin was the co-founder of Ethereum, and then he founded Consensus as well after that. So you can see how bullish this energy web token is and how connected to the space is. So it's connected to Polkadot, it's connected to Ethereum, Google, United Nations, Ripple. It's everywhere, right? And if you look at the Consensus website, look at the partners that it's working with to build on Ethereum. You have Amazon Web Services, you had Microsoft, I believe there was the World Wildlife Fund, you have Procter and Gamble, and then you have Maker I saw in here, which is also one of the leading DeFi plays in the cryptocurrency space. And Consensus wants to work on asset management, DeFi, payments, global trade, commerce, capital markets. They're everywhere. And this news also came out recently. Look at this date, man. Everything's coming out right now. April 13th. MasterCard, UBS, and JP Morgan poured in 65 million into Consensus. So basically supporting Ethereum. Come on, man. Another bullish case for Ethereum. Why currently I'm taking profits on these altcoins into Ethereum more than Bitcoin right now. Let's look at the chart. Ethereum looks a lot more bullish than Bitcoin. Bitcoin's taking out above resistance like right here, but Ethereum's further along. And I want to highlight BTC as well. So previously I was suggesting that ETH could break above this resistance around 0.37, then maybe get rejected here, retest the support and continue up. But look, it just went up and it already broke past the other resistance right here. Boom, today retested as support, and then looks like onwards we're going to keep going. All right, so that's energy web token. And then I haven't highlighted this yet, but the last thing I like to do, Twitter is an invaluable resource that I talked about before, is I like to see the sentiment for any coin. So you can just type $sign and what the ticker for any coin is on Twitter. And then you could find bullish news on, or just try to see the sentiment of Energy Web token. So look around here for EWT. Look at this. Everybody has bullish charts. I think I saw something. So maybe even Shell might be partnered with Energy Web token. All right, here. This is what I wanted to highlight. Look at this. So there's a billionaire supporting EWT supposedly. So Tom Steyer, who is a proud American activist, blah blah blah. He worked with Obama, I guess. Who is this guy? Tom Steyer. Download. All right, we'll look at it later. But the Energy Web Foundation will be able to rely on Tom Steyer, a Democrat financier, as praised during the Paris Climate Agreement. So if they're working with that guy, here's Tom Steyer. Well, this guy's net worth is 1.4 billion. Yep, businessman, philanthropist, supporting the Democrats. Cool. So further enhancing the legitimacy of EWT. All right, so remember this person I talked about earlier, Anna Trobovich? She's related to the last coin I'm going to talk about as well. All right, so you ready for this? It's crazy. Okay, so LYXE. LYXE. Number 278. So we're digging deep on this. Something a little worrisome. 100 million total supply. Only 15 million circulating. Market cap of only less than 200 million. So we're definitely in the lower caps. And look, it hasn't even really performed well in the past 30 days. It's an NFT coin. So there. Remember how we talked about you want to break each token down into their respective sector. So this is an NFT play. What is LYXE? So I open the website about LYXE. It's a new digital lifestyle token created by the former Ethereum developer, this guy Fabian Vogelsteller. He created the ERC20 token. So like how Joseph Lubin, we talked about, founder Consensus, helped found ETH. This guy was a developer who found on ETH as well, who started out and founded the ERC20 token. So all these tokens, Tezos is an ERC20 token. Literally, Uniswap ERC20 token. Chainlink is an ERC20 token. Stellar is ERC20 token. All these are literally ERC20 tokens, and this guy invented that. Alright, so this token is for digital lifestyle, and it's mainly focused on luxury. So they want to tokenize luxury somehow. Look who's on their team, the advisors. You got the vice president of digital for Nike, president of Europe for Chanel, former director of fashion at Chanel. You got the Burberry VP of technology, and shout out all the hype beasts. The founder of High Snob, pretty crazy. And look at this chick, the one I talked about earlier, Dr. Anna Trobovich. She, right here, Energy Web. Yep. And here she is, also being an advisor for LYXE. There's some more people here too. Head of strategic partnerships for Instagram. Got somebody that used to work for BlackRock. BlackRock is the largest mutual fund in the world. So there's LYXE, man. Did I talk about? Oh shoot! I think I forgot to talk about Energy Web token price. But here, let's look at the chart for EWT. All right, look at this. Look how bullish EWT is, man. The volume, increased volume. So I think the news is starting to be priced into the chart. Let's go to the daily. Boom. Ascending triangle. Perfectly touch the trend line each time. Broke above yesterday with strong volume, continued up today. Look at the Bitcoin pair. Ascending triangle again. Touch the line perfectly. And now it's trying to break above this resistance area. And possibly, this is how I try to pick my price targets. Just delete this. So you can go here, price range. Pick where the price is at. Draw price targets. Possible 80% gain that you can have for EWT outperforming Bitcoin. You can take some profits here, and then you could take some profits here again at 140. You take some profits up here, and then you can still hold some up here if you want. Or you could be totally out of the coin by then. But yeah, EWT is super bullish. And so we talked about LYXE. Let's see. Like we talked about highlighting, searching for the sentiment on LYXE. Some people are super bullish on LYXE. They expect it to be a $100 token. You can hover over their names. So this is a low, regular person, 145 followers. But you can see general sentiment about this token. And see, Alt Anonymous, this account, 4,000 followers. They talk about the president of Chanel here as well, like we discussed earlier. And luxury goods, they made a post about luxury goods and how you can make them NFT, and LVHM, which is a company that owns Gucci and Louis and all that. All right, and last thing, we'll look at the LYXE price. LYX. Let's turn off the drawings first. This chart. Okay, it did have a crazy run up, but now it's pulling back slightly. Volume has been decreasing a little bit. This coin, if you're looking at it for a long-term play, it doesn't hurt to enter here. We're right at support, but still it's trying to break this downtrend. So it did break above it, but looks like it got rejected, and then probably trying to retest this as support, but looks like it failed. And decent volume on this red candle. Looks like today's candle got rejected again. So we could possibly see further downward movement on LYXE. So maybe wait on entering this coin, but look at that, how much it ran up, 1,600%. So it just needs a little bit of cooling off, but you could wait for the breakout above this or even above this $18 range, continue further upside. If you compare it to ETH, since March, it's been underperforming against ETH. All right, so those are my 4 coins analysis on Doge. Hope you found something useful. None of this financial advice. Hope this can further stimulate your interest in going down the rabbit hole on these coins and further into crypto. And remember always to take profit, stay safe out there, stay patient with your entries, and to not be emotional. And enjoy your weekend. Thanks for watching. Peace.